Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, June 4th, 2015. I'm Lauren Fraser with the details. The Prime Minister's Press Secretary Hans King says the Prime Minister has a legitimate right to question the details of the opposition leader's proposal to offer Garifuna's honorary citizenship of SVG if elected to office. On sister station Hits FM's morning show, King accuses Eustace of uttering rhetoric by not outlining the details of his plans. He says in the 17 years that the opposition New Democratic Party was in office, they, quote, never did anything, unquote, for the Garifuna people.
Maybe a proposal from the Garifuna people, but not something from the government. Because the Prime Minister is the one who has been leading on this issue of reparations. Because what we have, the NDP had a lot with the economic citizenship.
Right.
So there were certain things you would have gotten under that, included a passport.
Right.
So the Prime Minister coming out of, based on what they have there, is asking some legitimate question. And as far as I know, normally, when you give somebody honorary citizenship, I believe you do give them a passport too.
The press secretary also refutes claims that the reason Prime Minister Gonsalves opposes Eustace's proposal to make the Garifunas honorary citizens is because of the reparations issue. King says although the Prime Minister has been a leading activist in this cause, the push for reparations has always been a regional effort.
We're not looking for reparations for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you know. This is a regional effort. So it's not for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it's for Kalinaba people all over the Caribbean.
And that is being said.
It's for African people all over the Caribbean. But that doesn't just have to be said. When we had the first conference here on reparation, it's St. Vincent alone represented. You had all the other islands represented. This is a regional effort with reparation. So this has nothing to do with who you don't have the money to share among people if you get reparation.
And Prime Minister Gonsalves says the total number of Garifunas that the opposition leader is proposing to make honorary citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is in the region of 800,000. Dr. Gonsalves says he was informed by one Garifuna leader that in the Bronx in the U.S. alone there are some 60,000 Garifunas. The Prime Minister says a rough estimate of the Garifuna from all countries, specifically Honduras, Belize, Panama, Guatemala, Nicaragua, and the USA, is roughly 7 to 800,000 persons. The unintended effect of the proposal by the opposition leader, according to Dr. Gonsalves, is to make the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines very upset.
I'm sure if you go on the streets of Kingston and you do a vox pop and ask them, the people, they're going to tell you. They don't understand what this proposal is. You're going to give them a passport. I know that honorary citizens can't vote under the old law, which we repealed. Do they want to give honorary citizens the right to vote now? They won't give them a Garifuna the right to vote. But Vincentians who overseas don't have the right to vote. You put in Garifuna above them, who ain't born in St. Vincent, or who are not descended directly.
In related news, prominent Garifuna activist from Belize, Joseph Guerrero, says he is very disappointed in what he terms as a vile statement from Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves in regards to the proposal made by the opposition leader to offer his people honorary citizenship. Guerrero says he beseeched Dr. Gonsalves to retract what he describes as a horrible statement with an apology to Garifunas worldwide. Commenting on the subject matter, Guerrero claims that the Prime Minister's statement to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in which he was questioning the opposition leader's proposal and whether it is for the Garifunas to come home to Euromane or St. Vincent to take jobs and homes away from the brothers and sisters, is utterly despicable and a sick propaganda. Guerrero says he is, in the strongest way possible, categorically condemning what he terms as fear-mongering by the Prime Minister. SVG Television News contacted President of the local Garifuna Heritage Foundation, David Darkey Williams, to get their take on the matter. However, he declined to make a statement at this time, noting that he may do so after a meeting with board members this Saturday. The constant increase in the number of persons here on the National Public Assistance Program is said to be directly linked to the government's social policies. Responding to a question posed by the media earlier this week on the increase in the number of persons in the country on public assistance, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says the increase is directly connected to two main things. He explains that his government continues seeking to have a wider coverage of the elderly, particularly the poor, and also to ensure that children of the poor get to school.
Because when you didn't have universal secondary education, those who dropped out from primary school, they were left to their own devices. They go and scrun, go on the things, see if they could go land, they hustle whatever they could hustle and so on. But we have them in school. So we have to help them to be in school. And that is why you have about 20% of the children, 20% of the people in public assistance, maybe slightly more, who are children going to school, attending school, because we have to help. Now, the NDP say that the list is too large, and they will cut it. No, I want the poor people who are out there who get in public assistance to know that make a mistake and vote Eustace. And especially you have places in Tong, and I'm going to deal with Tong, in central Kingston, in West Kingston and in East Kingston, we have a lot of people on public assistance. Because we are looking for them, that Eustace will make sure that the name come off.
26 outstanding fourth formers from schools throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines were earlier today recognized at the annual Rotary Club George Phillips Excellence Awards ceremony. The ceremony was held at the Methodist Church Hall. President of the Rotary Club St. Vincent, Colin Boyle, says the award ceremony seeks to honor both the academic performance and participation in extracurricular activities by the students. Boyle also explains that the awards are named after Charter President of the Rotary Club St. Vincent, which is now one of the oldest service clubs in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent, I'd like to warmly welcome you all here today. I welcome very especially the fourth form students of the secondary schools. You're here because you are very smart, and your teachers have seen the ability in you to do great things in the future.
Ashfo Stevens, representing the Ministry of Education, told the students that while the society continues to change and in some cases degenerate, there is always some remnants of hope, which he says resides in the young people.
The Ministry of Education has profound confidence that the young men and the young women here today in Form 4 will not only continue to excel at the level of Form 4, but will go on to excel in Form 5 at Cape, in their university degrees, through to their masters, PhDs, and post-PhDs. For gone are the days when, for many of us, a first degree was like something that no one else would have ever been able to achieve.
The girls' high school representatives have copped the first and second positions in the 2015 nutrition quiz competition held earlier today at French's house. Denise McDowell placed first, with Gabrielle Mulrain taking the second position. Third place went to the St. Joseph Convent's Kingstown representative Shante Lohman, and West St. George Secondary's Alana Blondell in the fourth position. The competition forms part of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment's Nutrition Week of activities sponsored by the Rotary Club. Here's an excerpt of the performances by the top performers in the competition.
The answer is correct. The meaning of the following abbreviation: WHO.
World Health Organization.
That answer is correct. Give the meaning of the following abbreviation: H2O.
Water.
That answer is correct. Give a word or phrase for the following: an illness or condition caused by toxins in food when eaten.
Food poisoning.
That answer is correct. Name 2 methods of cooking that should be used as often as possible in food preparation.
Steaming and boiling.
That answer is correct. According to the National Dietary Guidelines, there are blank National Food-Based Dietary Guidelines for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And what does the 9th guideline advise everyone in relation to increase physical activity daily?
9.
That answer is correct. And part B of that question: what does the 9th guideline advise everyone in relation to increase physical activity daily?
Get moving, increase physical activity daily.
According to the National Dietary Guidelines, what are the main goals of the guidelines?
To ensure that people in St. Vincent eat the correct amount of foods from the different food groups.
That answer is correct.
The Medical Association is the recipient of a brand new Hyundai SUV courtesy the Argyle Aviation Inc. and the Musty Company. The vehicle will be raffled as part of the Medical Association's fundraising effort to assist persons with breast cancer. President of the Medical Association, Dr. Rosalind Ambrose, says the raffle of the SUV will go a long way in helping the association to raise funds for those breast cancer patients who cannot afford money to go abroad to seek treatment. Dr. Ambrose noted that the raffle of the Hyundai will take place in October when the association celebrates Cancer Awareness Month. We've got Carnival Beat for you next.
Start to wave, start to whine, start to jump. I am a fancy, a true fancy.
East St. George kicks Carnival off tonight with night mass, and according to the coordinator of the East St. George Carnival Committee, Foster Hannibal, the activities are expected to be bigger and better this year. Hannibal is inviting all to be part of the scheduled events, adding that they have taken the necessary steps to ensure that they are enjoyable and violence-free.
Just urge persons to come out this weekend to participate with the St. George's Carnival Committee, and I can assure you that will be fun. And I just want to say that it will be violent free. There will be no fear about security aspect, because we already met with the officers at the Kaloko police station, and they had assured us that the security measures will be taken. As a matter of fact, we met yesterday, and they have already put strict security measures. I just want to say that the Kiddies Carnival is an aspect that we have introduced now for the last 6 years. Kids who play mass with us have the opportunity to play mass with Blondie Power for the entire carnival season, because this is an area that we source costumes.
The East St. George Carnival activities will include a kiddies carnival, a calypso competition, juve, and a street jump.
This weekend is our St. George's Carnival activities. Beginning tonight, we have our night mass, Culture Park Square, tomorrow from 8 p.m. we'll be having our Calypso and Soca Fiesta. This is where we have our young and upcoming Calypso and Soca artists will be competing. And this will take place at Darren's Hideout at Fountain. Late in the morning from 5 p.m. we'll be having our Juve Street Party. The road, Villa Fountain Road, to the end of Villa Highway, and then we jump straight to Calico Plainfield. And Saturday evening we have our street jump up from the Calico Plainfield, turn right at Mariners Inn to Villa Glen Road, back to the Calico Plainfield. And Sunday we have our Ashley Freighter's Food Basket Kiddies Carnival, Sunday 3 p.m. at the Culture Pot Square.
As for the Miss East St. George pageant, Hannibal says it had to be postponed until further notice due to some unavoidable circumstances.
The planned Queen Show, we will be having the Queen Show at a later date, and this is because of the inability to train the girls. What happened is that the girls who were in training had sexy examinations, so they were not able to properly train. So we took a decision to postpone the Queen Show. But I can say, yes, we'll be having the Queen Show. St. George's will be having the Queen Show sometime in July.